So, has anything changed for Bitcoin? Not yet. The price is still hovering between the 16 to 17,000 range, and I am going to show you why. We have to be extremely careful because in the mid short term, even if we are going to see any sort of a relief rally, that relief rally could be resulting in a bigger price retracement. Yes, you heard that correctly, because we know in a bigger time frame we have found out the market has not bottomed yet. Why? Because the price, after losing the key line of support which we had around this 19 to 20,000 range, the top from 2017, since then we are clearly showing weakness, and price during this downtrend has also formed this so-called descending triangle. Descending triangle is considered as a bearish scenario, and since we have also lost the support from the descending triangle, now this here could be resulting in another price drop which could bring us between 10 to 12,000 range before price finally starts showing this bottom sign. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. We have found out the area, the next area confluence where we could be potentially getting gravitated is also lining between 10 to 12,000, and that is one big reason, that is one very big reason why we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get gravitated around that area before finding actual bottom and also showing sign of accumulation phase. Because in the past price action we have found out from the top till the bottom line, whenever the price of Bitcoin has started with this actual marker phase from top till the bottom, the market had retraced more than 80 to 85%, and this 85% will also bring the price between 10 to 12,000 in our case. So that's why, guys, our focus right in a bigger time frame is definitely going to be around this 10 to 12,000 range before price finally starts showing any sort of a bottom sign. And also in a daily time frame using this AT normalized Williams percentage here, which helps to identify whether the market has bottomed or not, is also very quiet at this current stage. Why? Because you can see in the past price action before the price started with this actual marker phase, this AT normalized and Williams percentage here gave us a confirmation. I mean, we get confirmation when the AT normalized starts appearing above plus 95 and Williams percentage here around minus 95. The AT normalized measures the volatility level and Williams percentage here measures the overbought oversold level. And according to this indicator, as you can see here, since it's very quiet during this downtrend what we are witnessing, it is also not indicating the market could be anywhere near to bottom. So that's why, guys, that's why until the price does not approaches around this key line of area which we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to be around 10 to 12,000, I think this indicator is also going to remain quiet. But if we are going to get a confirmation from this indicator, I mean, if this AT normalizer starts appearing above plus 95 and also at the same time this Williams percentage here above minus 95, then, guys, then we are going to get a vertical line appearing like this. So no need to worry, guys. I will be there to show you if that's going to happen, but for now, as you can see, this indicator is remaining quiet, also indicating the bottom might not be in yet. So that's why we have to be extremely careful, because also using this Williams alligator indicator, MACD, RSI, T3CCI indicator, we have found out the price of Bitcoin has just flashed a sell signal. Yes, you heard that correctly. In a daily time frame, the price has just flashed a sell signal, even though we have been clearly in a downtrend since couple of months. Why? Because this Williams alligator indicator, whenever we see this bearish crossover happening, during this bearish crossover, the blue lines appear at the top, green line at the bottom, and every time, guys, you can see whenever that has happened here in Williams alligator indicator, that has resulted in a bigger retracement. Each and every time we have seen this bearish crossover happening, that has resulted in a bigger price retracement, and this is exactly what is also happening right now. But what I did to get a better confirmation, I also combined the MACD, RSI and T3CCI indicator. And now if we look at this MACD, T3CCI indicator, these indicators are also clearly flashing a weakness. I mean, this is a bearish MACD cross. If we look at RSI, RSI is below 50 level. If you look at the T3CCI indicator, the T3CCI indicator is in a negative territory, clearly indicating a sign of weakness. But in the immediate short term, if the price does shows any sort of a relief rally type of movement, then this indicators, which is in between 16,900 to 17,000 range, is going to be acting as a resistance. Yes guys, the same line here in an uptrend acts as a support. For example, if you look at this uptrend, what happens with this Williams alligator indicator? The green line starts appearing above blue and red line, but in a downtrend the blue lines appear at the top. So during this uptrend, this indicator acts as a strong support line, but during downtrend this indicator acts as a resistance. You can see resistance, price continues this downtrend, and that is exactly what has been happening here since couple of months. And this is another reason why I'm actually trying to show you that in the medium short term, if the price does shows any sort of a relief rally, this indicators between 900 to 17,000 range is going to be acting as a resistance. We could see a spike which could bring the price above 17,400, 500, but at the end this could turn into a fake out, just like here you can see, right? Plenty of fake outs, and at the end the price does follows this original trend direction. So that's why guys, that's why in the medium short term, even if we are going to see any sort of a relief rally, we have to be extremely careful. Not just only this, even if we look at this indicator here. So before we talk about the CPI indicator, guys, if you haven't destroyed the like button, if you have forgotten to destroy the like button, then please do it right now. But if you want to support me even further, a comment would be much appreciated, because you know a like and a comment is definitely going to boost the algorithm of the channel and also boost the motivation for me to create content like this in a daily basis. Thank you very much. Now, if you look at this price action using this CPI indicator, which is a leading indicator, nothing has changed so far. The price is still below the bottom CPI line, and staying below the bottom CPI line means this S1 is going to be our target line. But I'm not expecting price to show another massive movement anytime soon. What we could be doing is more of a range bound formation. We could be showing more of a range bound formation. Price could be even showing some fake out like this, getting attracted to break out of this bottom CPI line, which is lining around 17,400, 17,500 range before, right, starting next month, and again price slowly heading towards this lower target area, because we know in a daily time frame the price is also forming this so-called rising wedge. Yes, rising wedge is considered as a bearish scenario, and since we have also lost the key line of support, the lower line from this rising wedge, we should be very careful, because this trend could be slowly heading towards this lower target area for now in the medium short term, which is around 15,000 to 14,900 range. So that's why this lower target is definitely going to be looked as our potential upcoming target, even if the price of Bitcoin is going to show any sort of a fake out here in the medium short term, because we have just found out we do have some very strong line of resistance acting for Bitcoin around that area. Now, if we look at this, not in a weekly, not in a daily, but in a 4-hour time frame, you can see the price of Bitcoin is forming this so-called broadening wedge. Broadening wedge isn't that bad, but inside this broadening wedge, we are forming this so-called head and shoulder formation. And if you look at this formation, what we predicted isn't looking that bad, because we are still following this right shoulder formation type of scenario. So if the price, right, if the price does shows this weakness, fails to continue this uptrend above 17,500, then we have to be careful, because in that case we could be forming this right shoulder for Bitcoin, and breaking the support could be resulting in a bigger retracement, because according to this head and shoulder, according to this broadening wedge, once we lose the support, this area around 14,900, 15,000 is where we could be heading in the coming days for Bitcoin. So please guys, please do not get excited when we see this Christmas rally happening, but what I want you to understand is where the original trend is actually heading, because in a bigger time frame we have found out the original trend could be heading towards this next area confluence between 10 to 12,000 before finally showing any sign of bottom. And not just only this guys, not just only this, even the crypto on a buy sell indicator has been accurate so far. I mean, this relief rally, this is something what we talked about 2 days ago, because I showed you in the medium short term, if we are going to see any sort of a relief rally, price forming this right shoulder, then this indicator here is going to be acting as a resistance because the price is below it, and you can see exactly after appearing around this crypto and buy sell indicator, we did got some resistance. So what I want you guys to understand is this line between 16,900 and 17,000 is a very important line which is going to be acting as a resistance, and only after we break that and flip it into support, we are expecting 17,500 as a next potential target. But that could be the final target line before price again starts showing this weakness, because we have seen holders also dumping Bitcoin. Yes guys, the spent output age band is also clearly indicating 3 month to 6 month. These holders are actually selling their holding, and every time when we have seen spike here in spent output age bands, after that it has resulted in a price retracement, and this is what is being flashed right now as well, as you can see very clearly. So please guys, please be careful. But beside all this bearish scenario, if the bulls are going to defend the 16,400 16,500 support line, then we could be also forming this so-called inverse head and shoulder. Yes, you heard that correctly. If the price manages to hold this line and show another relief rally for the medium short term towards the neckline, this is a neckline from this inverse head and shoulder. If we are going to see any sort of a rally here like this and break the resistance around 17,000, then in the medium short term we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue this uptrend. Why? Because breaking the neckline is definitely going to result in some bullish movement for the medium short term. So if this inverse head and shoulder scenario is going to play out like this, right, price breaking the neckline and also continue this uptrend, then you can see guys, where are we expecting the price of Bitcoin to get gravitated? Around 17,400 to 17,500 range. And we have said with the previous example, this could be looked as our next potential target once we flip the 17,000 resistance into proper support. And this is not just only the target from this inverse head and shoulder, but also the target from this descending broadening wedge. Yes guys, the price right now could be forming this descending broadening wedge if we manage to remain over 16,600 16,500 support area, because in that case we could be forming this inverse head and shoulder, and also breaking the upper line means we are potentially going to continue this uptrend towards 17,500 17,400 before price again starts showing any sort of a weakness. So these are some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, please destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.